with the Poppy ultimate, the Azir ultimate, Jhin wanting to play as far back as possible. They have so much range at their disposal, and they're going to keep it that way. Rounding things out with a bar.
A flash over the wall here. Shanks in enemy territory. 3 members around him. Driver has to back away from Hope and Kyle. The Drake goes over to AL.
Set up for a huge chunk of damage. No flash burn though. The response ulti now from Hope.
It's a wave clear ulti more than anything else. No encore going to be fine for him. As Flandre trading with Ginger down towards this bottom side. Kyle on the chase as well. It's a 3v2 right now in favor of CFO. Cosmic Binder coming out. Kaiwing still only level 5. Lands the knock-up explosive cast as well, but there's the flash and the smash into the wall, and Kaiwing is mown down. But Ginger already on the Drake. That's pretty much gone. They might look for the fight afterwards though, as Flandre has the flank. Ginger's going to land the smite. There's the tempered fate coming out onto Ginger. Kaiwing trying to get his way away. Ginger still stunned up. Keeper's verdict finds Hongkyu guilty, and the chase continues. Ginger with the Crescent Guard keeps himself alive for a hell of a long time. In the end, he's murdered by Hope 2-0 out.
So you'll notice Hongkyu sitting on the top wave, catching that wave, but now he can look to regroup with his team. Doggo
going for Doggo, who has the flash, dodges the deadly flourish, flash forward from Kaiwing. He knocks Tarzan back, and he has to flash away the Weaver's Wall coming out from Hongkyu. Immediately exhausted, the bullet time opens up, but doesn't find much purchase. And in the end, CFO should be able to retreat. Lose about half of all their health bars. Curtain Call coming out. Driver with the explosive cast knocks back Shanks! And Shanks, even with the Emperor's Divide, can't survive! Ginger with a knocker with the Q3. Flandre going to turn it back around on him. And Ginger will fall. CFO still trying to find a purchase on this fight. Hope takes a double up and is able to walk away. To get this Rift Herald, they can get first tower on the top side as well. It's an explosion of gold for them.
I think AL is going to benefit a lot more from this. It becomes a question of if CFO can convert the Dragon into a bot tier 1 as well. The bot tower has taken a decent amount of damage. This Herald is very slow. Flandre, he's overstayed his welcome. He needs to get away from this tower, has the Maiden.
Puts it down, only a couple of minions here to really defend. Driver looking for the knockback, but Flandre flashes away the bullet time. Ginger dashing forward, dodge this! Says Doggo. Ginger picks up the kill in the end, but meanwhile Rift Herald has been summoned in the mid lane as AL continue their advances. Kaiwing gets the knockback, tempered fate, Keeper's verdict! You're all alone now, Hongkyu, as Tarzan looks for the knock into the wall but can't find it. Cosmic Binding will still land but doesn't get the stun. There's the smash, there's Hope, Hongkyu flashes! But a soldier finds his back as AL get 2 in the mid lane.
Now the teams are starting to pick things up.
Though, setting up to try and take out Shanks. They know. Ooh, he's quite far ahead as Kyle's knocked back with a seismic shot. Flashes, lands a good double binding, and Artican helps him out. There's the Temper Fate, TP behind, as CFO continue to look for the fight, but that teleport's going to take a hell of a long time to get there. And AL will just be able to retreat towards the mid lane.
I like this response from AL. Hey, we just got the TP out from their top laner. Flandre, you go shove top as quickly as you can.
Tarzan is deep here.
But he's just stalling. This is the thing, because Talia still...
I was wondering if they want to take this fight around this objective. Flandre does have teleport, and he's going to try and flank them as he TPs in. The Dragon down to 7,000 HP. Hongkyu looking for that flank position. Flandre comes in. There's the Weaver's Wall to separate the team. Driver on the wrong side of it, as is Kaiwing. CFO, where are your attentions? Currently split between the Drake and between the fight. Bullet time opens up only onto Kyle. Driver forcing Shanks up towards the top side. Ginger's going to land the smite onto the Mounted Drake. It's sole point now for CFO. But can they get the hell out of the fight? Flandre force load, the Curtain Call coming out as well. Here's Kaiwing into the deadly flourish for the root, and now CFO are all on the retreat. The river runs red with Kaiwing's blood, and Flandre wants to add more of CFO to it. Hope still on the chase. Doggo able to walk away for now, dodges the deadly flourish. AL might just have to accept 1 kill in the Artican.
We're seeing how spread out these fights are because of all the disengaged tools, but CFO get themselves to soul point. They still want to contest this.
Tarzan in, there's the deadly flourish follow-up, and Shanks slides in. Meet my bodyguards. Tarzan falls though. Ginger able to flash away. Kyle looking for the flank, doesn't get the auto off, and Doggo's found 2. Hope just short of the seismic shove. Shanks and Flandre need to back up their bot lane. Hope reloading, gets the 4th shot off, but he doesn't have the damage, and Artican is helping CFO! His allegiances changed in the middle of the fight. Shanks trying to dodge around, there's no vision in that bush. Flandre finds another, no mana left on him. Doggo with the red buff gets the slow onto Flandre, but isn't going to be...
Damage from Doggo there onto Shanks. Good start to the fight, chipping away with what you can.
So Driver's going to be the one to face check. Kyle there, knocked up, has the magical journey to get himself out. Driver locked up in the dark possession. Tempered fate on 4. The Keeper's verdict charged up and will knock out 2. Driver dives in, but the rest of his team are nowhere near him. Driver will fall after the stopwatch, and now CFO in a 4v5 seismic shove. just short on Tarzan. Do you keep fighting this, CFO? It's only AL's second Drake of the game. You can set up around the Atakan to try and distract them a little bit while they go for the Dragon.
Just one purchase into the river, and they're going to get it. Honkyu already used his ultimate, but Doggo's ulti is still available. Ginger, he has prime access to this Dragon, but AL are not hitting it. Or at the very least, they're hitting it slowly.
Flandre looking for that flank, trying to gain control of the tri-bush. Doggo standing behind the wall, just a little bit out of vision as Flandre puts the ghouls down, curtains open, and Kaiwing and Honkyu have to retreat. Honkyu just dodges the fourth shot, bullet time, not enough, good smite. Coming out there for AL. They'll turn their eyes now.
So many disengaged tools on the side of AL, but it's the same the other way around. AL don't have the most reliable engage. They do
entirely alone, does not need assistance from the Jhin. Hope is going to come across, but there's no vision at all for CFO on this bot side. So the question is, do they realize, do they pull the trigger? Because AL at the moment have 4 petals, and that is going to start to explode as they secure the Atakan.
I feel like they have to recognize that this is gone. There's too much missing on the map. And be unavailable, of course, as the Dragon is now alive. Tarzan forced to flash. Could summon a burn. Driver very isolated, though.
Shanks goes in, flash away from Driver, dodges the Emperor's Divide. So that's 2 flashes and an ultimate down now for AL, and CFO see their window. They'll start up the Drake, knock back Tarzan. Gets the knockup, but it's only onto Kaiwing. Weaver's Wall will separate the fight out a little bit. Doggo and Junja waiting for Honkyu to back them up. Shanks trying to put the damage in from the side. Kyle forced away. Kaiwing on that front line as he tries to get through the pit. Junja in there, but it's secured by Kyle, who may have switched to smite. Junja's gonna have to get the hell out. The curtain's open. Junja's already down. The side shove across the wall into the bullet time isn't enough to kill off Shanks. Kaiwing will fall in the end. And somehow AL win out the fight in the river. Honkyu slammed into the wall and massacred by anyone's legend. Doggo follows suit. In the end, a double for Hope and a 5-for-1 exchange.
I think that may very well just be game. The death timers are very long. AL see the Nexus in their eyes. There's no one standing in their way, and they're looking to close out game 1.
For so long, it seemed like CFO could get back into the game. AL had this lead, and then in one explosive fight, they just rip any control of the game away from the LCP #1 seeds. It's one.
To then have the Kaiser trying to dive into the backline. Do I trust Doggo? Absolutely. The man's had a fantastic tournament, and based on game 1, we've seen that this man plays with nothing.
A little bit with the Corki, and then they want to be able to dive in themselves.
All right, well, let's jump into game 2, see how things pan out. Medic and I are going to do our best to... Oh, hang on.
Oh, Kyle is ignited. He's trying to dodge, misses, but the hook from Kaiwing goes wide. He still gets the kill. Honkyu now down to 0 HP as Hope will take that kill. They're going to chase Kaiwing away, who doesn't have flash and doesn't have ignite and doesn't have that level 1. But Honkyu showing the power of the Gatling gun in the lane there, especially with Ryze having relatively short range. You can just Gatling him down. Shanks looking for the overload and he'll find it. And we just see Honkyu pushing up. Tarzan, just a little bit more safety around the Drake. Second time in 2 games, we've seen AL get the first Dragon down to 300 HP. CFO should retreat from this. The Realm Warp coming out as well. We'll bring Tarzan onto the backline. There's the Cyclone Pop Blossom, and it's a Venn diagram of death here for CFO. AL find 2 as they sweep away the LCP.
Quick collapse from AL.
As well, CFO posturing around the Drake. I don't think it's the best idea. Hook is going to hit onto Kyle.
It's too slow.
There.
They're not there.
Junja going in. Looking for the smite. It's secured by Tarzan. Hero's Entrance coming out as well. Calling onto Honkyu. Realm Warp there for the follow-up. Kyle trying to get in with the Pop Blossom. Junja there first. Target up towards the top side. Honkyu will fall first. Kaiwing next as Hope flashes forward for the kill. Junja follows suit. It's a massacre. AL pick up 3 more.
I'd still try and contest this, Medic.
Okay, the killer instinct from Doggo. He's a long way away right now. Can jump in. Junja trying to posture around it as Kyle locks him up. Kyle down to half HP, does still have that Pop Blossom Taunt coming out. It's going to land, but only onto the Nautilus. There's a culling follow-up. Death Charge, Pop Blossom! And Nautilus is the one who just goes pop. Hero's Entrance comes in for the Magic Shield on Kyle. Cyclone for the chase on Junja. Shanks is going to Realm Warp behind them, and Junja taunted up and taken out of the fight. They'll get 1 in response. Tarzan has fallen, but the objective and the win in the fight goes over to AL once again. They don't have the ultimates really for it. Might just be Junja riding through the wall to try and get the steal.
Doesn't fights were in the previous game. They're looking for a play.
Oh, the flash onto Hope as they dash into him. The equalizer not enough to kill him, and the Pop Blossom will turn it around. The Impale landed on a couple as Kyle is forced away. AL.
We said it in game 1. We're seeing it again in game 2. They smother you with their pressure. And they do. Hovering in the tri-brush, has the ulti to create a flank. The Dragon started off.
Just going to step forward, immediately jumps onto Shanks.
Ooh.
The depth coming out as well with the Seeker's Arm Guard. It's enough. Kyle, the first to fall in the fight, but meanwhile on the back line, Tarzan begins to rip through CFO. Doggo trying to get away as Kaiwing looks for the hook but can't land it on Shanks or Hope. Meanwhile, Driver falls to Flandre, and now it's all on the bot lane for CFO. Doggo, no killer instinct, no flash, just has the cleanse, and CFO won't take the fight any further. AL secure the soul, win the fight, a 6,500 gold lead as Doggo escapes, but Kaiwing does not. It will be a 4-for-1, a soul for AL, and you have to feel the Artican alongside it.
The ultimate's going to be used to quickly rotate towards the Artican. MasterCard priced this moment, and I love the idea from Ginger. Quickly commit onto Shanks, but the response from Kyle was beautiful. So much damage on the Wukong. Doggo tries to respond with a dive of his own, but he just can't match the damage.
Available. The driver on this Rumble, Doggo a mile away, but always has the killer instinct to jump into a fight. There's a TP out from the Rumble. Hero's entrance available for Flandre as well, as they dive onto Ginger immediately. A 3-man impale, though, it's huge! As Doggo begins to turn the fight around, all on the back of Ginger. The killer instinct forward, Hope is extinguished! CFO! From nothing, find it all! The massive wallets that allowed them to beat CFO if the fight wasn't entirely in their favor. Now CFO, 30 seconds in that they have been on the back foot.
That was 8k gold to one. That is
able to staying up through fights. Elder begun now by CFO. AL walk into the darkness. The Elder getting shredded immediately, down to 6,000 HP. AL might not even get in range. Tarzan's going to have to decoy in. The hero's entrance coming out, but there's the Elder, and Tarzan is already down. Kyle popping the heel just to escape the clutches of CFO, but Shanks does not have that same luxury. Slammed into the wall by Ginger. He can stop time for a second, but he's going to be sent to a timeout back to the fountain as Ginger. For Flandre, Hope, and Kyle, you are reeling from this last sequence. It's way, they're taking their time with it, clearing out the waves coming out of the AL base. Tarzan will have that Cyclone and a flash. Here's Ginger to join up with CFO. Tarzan goes in with the Cyclone immediately onto Doggo, who cleanses the way, but Hope flashes forward and gets the kill. And now the rest of CFO are on the retreat. AL have forced them out of the base for now. A minute 30 still on the Elder. That might be the final push we see from it because a double TP from AL. They want this game to end right now. Shanks on the flank, gets onto Driver, spell blocks going out, but he has to be careful because of that Elder buff still remaining on CFO. They'll retreat as 4. Tarzan trying to get in here, Realm Warp up in 6 seconds, Dredge line, depth charge, not enough, no follow-up damage onto Shanks. The Ocean Soul as well, helping them out as Driver goes in with the Flame Spitter, but they just don't have the damage! Phosphorus Bomb finds its mark, a double impale as well. The Taunt Kyle goes in with a Pop Blossom, and they'll get one in response, but now it's all on Hope. It rests on his shoulders. He opens up onto Ginger, who flashes away. CFO out with 3 right now. Flandre, Justice Punch forward, Hope dashing in as well. Ginger will fall, Hongyu has the GA, is it enough? Hope trying to heal up with that Ocean Soul. And it's a 1v1 between the mid and the bot. The Gatling gun, Valkyrie forward! Hongyu finds the double.
What a crazy will the Elder wear off, but another Baron is going to be secured for CFO. The gold lead now monstrous. Tarzan trying to get in range, but it will be too little, too late. The second Baron goes
to Doggo as well has got a Seeker's Arm Guard and is going up towards a Void Staff on this. With the follow-up from Flandre, could be devastating for CFO. Ginger, though, with these impales, has been absolutely on the mark. They step forward, Kaiwing hooks, but only onto the wall. Depth charge, Pop Blossom, Hero's entrance. And once again, it's the wombo combo, Kaiwing already down. Doggo, Hongyu have to retreat as Ginger's locked up as well. Driver's dead, the Realm Warp forward as AL look for more. Kyle on the flank, the Tangle Barbs onto Ginger. Won't get the route, just short. Still a minute before the Elder. TP available for Shanks if they did have a ward, but they don't have the vision. They don't have that flank opportunity.
I mean, that's the scary thing. CFO have demonstrated throughout this game that no matter how far behind they are, they will continue to look for fights. Guess what? AL is exactly the same.
Target for AL, no vision in the pit for CFO. The control ward negates the vision that ward would give them, and there's the Elder. AL secure it, CFO immediately away from their base as possible. We're going to have a crossover of about a minute between the Elder and the Baron buff.
At the top right of your screen, that means that they'll likely lose an inhibitor. But once the Elder is gone...
Take too much damage. Doggo trying to clear it out. AL will play for the mid lane in him, and they'll secure it. CFO wisely backing away. No wave here on the top side, but that's how it is down to a third, and AL might just think they can tank it up. They start to do so. Takes a chunk, but it takes a while. Tarzan down to half HP himself.
Map ready, so AL have to keep the pressure going.
One of the weaknesses here for AL is that short range that we talked about all the way back in draft. How can Hope get close enough without the rapid fire cannon? Impale going in, there's the Pop Blossom as Kyle finds 3. Junja falls low, and he'll fall as we look for the engage on towards the backline from Doggo. Doesn't go in with the Killer Instinct, holds it for the moment. The depth charge used alongside that equalizer. The wave now pushing in, there's Tarzan, a hero's entrance. The GA on Tarzan's shoulders will bring him back to life. Both the Nexus towers are down as Kyle begins to open up on the Nexus. CFO trying to defend, but they just can't do it in the face. It is locked in. It is actually going to be the Gnar in the end. Look for that range advantage over the Gwen in the early game. Get a lot of grasps.
In the venue, the crowd's really loud. It's really fun to see these games.
Oh, yes!
Oh my god, we got a level 1 fight. There's a flash forward from the Annie. A big stun with the W is going to land onto Hongkyu. Kaiwi's going to try and get away with the flash, and there's the flash from Junji as well.
Shockwave, but does have enough pressure to force Flandre and Tarzan out. Kyle looks for the Shadowing Strike. There's the crash down as well. Junja's going to land the smite. Hits level 6 off it. Could look for the Subjugate. Flashes away from the Sonic Wave. Flandre with the needle worked. Only goes into the Unbreakable as Doggo begins to open up on Kyle and Hope. Good Shadowing Strike is cleansed away by Doggo, but Kyle has to flash himself. Doggo with the lethal tempo gets first blood. Hope flashes away, but is hit by the Winter's Bite beforehand. I don't think he's going to escape this. Another auto attack would be enough. There's another Winter's Bite. And Hongkyu will be gifted the kill. Good play caller back from Hope. Hongkyu gets Kyle and Hope, putting some damage into Kai Wing. Shanks on the flank is a double TP. They're investing all of it into this fight. Rest only half Mega Narbar. Kyle going in with the Magnet Storm only onto Kai Wing. The Sonic Wave back. There's the Shockwave as well. Junja down to half HP. Hope begins to open up. Rest though jumps back in, looking for that Gnar. Gets Shanks against the wall. Junja survives, and Shanks will fall. AL. They force the fight and they lose out heavily.
What was the game plan here from AL? They were so late to the drag. For it, Flandre goes over the wall.
It's into the back of the pit. Tarzan looking for the Sonic Wave. It's Junja who secures it. There's the Tibbers. The Magnet Storm follow up, but the Shockwave will pull Kyle back. He's stunned up with the concussive blows. He manages to survive. Hongkyu chasing him down. And will get the Clockwork wind up. Meanwhile, in the back of the pit, Junja is going to fall. Rest looking for that Mega Gnar. Hongkyu is on the wrong side of this wall, but does still have a flash. And that Gnar's now Mega. Doggo putting some damage in with those Mystic shots. And in the end, the Rift Herald AL trying to gain some purchase on the river right now, but Rest is still in the top lane, building up that Mega Gnar bar. It's about to go Mega as we see the catch onto Kai Wing. Even with the Tibbers, it takes them an absolute age to kill him. The follow-up from Tarzan, the one to Doggo is good, forcing him to Arcane Shift away. Rest isn't TPing into the fight, and that might be AL managing to get themselves on the board in terms of Dragons.
I have to question the decision-making there from Kai Wing. Face checking into a brush when the rest of your team just isn't in the river. Hongkyu now isolated.
Doesn't have flash here as well. Shockwave just about to come off cooldown, but it's not going to be enough to survive. And AL will take the neutral, and they'll take 2 kills.
CFO trying to respond by dropping the Herald in mid. They've got the top tower. They're looking to get another one.
Rift Herald charging in will give them that tier 1 in the mid lane. In fact, they're going to take it and then charge in for the tier 2. Kai Wing caught a little bit by Tarzan, but a couple of procs on the concussive blows forces Tarzan to be a bit more cautious. Rest still pushing in top. Oh, it's a collapse possibility. Rest does have that Gnar up. Gets the wallop, gets the stun onto Kyle. The Gnar back, Shadowing Strike still's going to connect. Rest with a good jump, and they switch places. It's a merry-go-round here as Rest looks for another wallop. Flandre caught out a little bit by Junja down towards this bottom side. Doesn't have the flash, is only running Ghost. Rest escapes, and Flandre now needs to be careful, but I don't think he'll escape the clutches of CFO. Kai Wing tanks a couple of tower shots as well. 0. They managed to pick up the feats as Hongkyu will just stop Kyle's back here. Shockwave bringing him back. Kai Wing will look for the Winter's Bite. Kyle remounts to try and get a bit of extra movement speed. Will land the Shadowing Strike, and now Hongkyu's out of position, and we talked about it. You can't be 2v3. Hongkyu trying to escape, but Tarzan's going to chase him down. Flandre has the flank position here as Rest TP'd in. Flandre needs to get out because the rest of CFO are going to collapse. Snip, snip, they go. The needle works. It's 2. For anyone's legend. Junja can still look for the steal. Doesn't have the flash, but has the smite. can step forward here. Hallowed missed out from the Gwen as they look for the Articon. Junja's in there and he steals it away. Better Storm comes out, but Doggo finds one, finds two with a true shot barrage. It's a triple, it's a quadra, and Doggo is barking.
Poke, but he still finds an angle. Junja finds the steal. And while CFO is getting caught, they were making mistakes.
After his time, miserable time in the LPL, now showing up for the LCP. Dragon's Rage kick back onto Rest here, doesn't have the flash, has no chance of surviving. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're giving this one.
They're really good vision control. They've invested their vision on the...
Go along with our expectations. They back away, they'll get some vision towards the red side. Bloodletter's curse complete. Doggo, Arcane shifting across the wall. Hits the Mystic shot, oh my god! Hits another! Hits another! Hope has the Featherstorm and has to pop it just to survive! But down you come and down you go! Doggo finds the kill, and now, with the Shockwave, Tarzan has to flash away. TP behind by AL as they look for a flank position.
All hope in this game is the Baron now started off by CFO.
Flandre has his teleport, but will AL look for this? Tarzan hits the Sonic Wave onto Honkyu, gets vision of the Baron, jumps away. And now he has to kick back Junja. Kyle up towards the top side, trying to keep Rest busy because Tarzan is falling low towards the bottom. Doggo surviving, Arcane shifts across the wall, the exhaust coming out, a good double stump from Shanks. Meanwhile on the top side, Flandre and Rest are fighting for their lives. Doggo with a true shot barrage will kill off Shanks. And CFO once again find two, AL find nothing.
Doggo, so many fights, making amazing plays. And he's looking to keep CFO.
Half HP and CFO still very healthy. Junja sitting on the Drake right now. Sonic Wave from Tarzan goes between the uprights. Kai Wing on the front line. Glacial Fisher going wide. Junja still on the Drake. 6,000 HP. Down to 5 now as Tarzan tries to get into the pit. True Shot Barrage just behind him. Tarzan still finding a way to get in here. Sonic Wave hits, but it's too little, too late. Soul secured in the priceless moment of the game for CFO.
Great patience from CFO, just leveraging their range, their zone control, their poke. Junja, he's not afraid of anything.
Good pillar from Junja. They turn around onto him with the Magnet Storm, and with the Tibbers, they'll get the kill. Tarzan looking for a flank here, has that Dragon's Rage, but can't find an avenue to approach. CFO still wave a little away. There's the TP. Flandre going in. AL have called their moment for the fight. Shanks is going to recall and then TP back in. Counter TP coming out from Rest as Flandre puts the needles through Honkyu, but just doesn't have the damage. Backs away, counter TP there from Shanks, but now he's all on his lonesome. Tarzan going in, there's the stun. Tarzan dashes back with the Iron Will trying to survive. Getting to Kai out, but he can't do it. True Shot Barrage out as Doggo and Honkyu will secure that kill. Junja follows up with another one. Rest chasing Shanks down towards the bottom side. He's got a stun lined up, but Rest is just trying to keep AL from defending their tower. Doggo dashing forward. Flandre trying to snip through him. The blades come back with the Feather Storm, and Doggo still survives. Flandre and Hope do not have that same luxury. Shanks will join his team in the afterlife as these Oysters are flying high.
It's a 5-0 ace. CFO set their sights on the Nexus, and they're looking to keep their hopes alive here at MSI.
CFO proving the comeback in Game 2 was not a blame. Cogmore, if he doesn't use the Corgi skin would disappoint me, I'll be honest. But it is going to be Sivir instead.
I mean, so I prefer this.
Tarzan a mile away. Kai Wing looking for that hook. Junja steps forward. Hook's going to land onto Kyle. He's pulled back, played. And first blood goes to CFO. Tarzan looking for the flank here onto Honkyu in the mid lane. Kai Wing surviving towards the bottom side. Hope electing not to go any further as they get the twisted advance in the mid lane onto Honkyu. Shanks looking for the damage, but doesn't have a huge amount of mana. The twofold hex might be enough from Honkyu here. He flashes over the wall in the void. Bramble Smash gets the auto down. The sapling will send him to his grave, but in a 2v1 he finds the kill. Tarzan knocked up by Junja. No red buff on him though, so I don't think he's going to chase any further.
From Honkyu, chipping away at Shanks. That's going to be a TP into the mid lane from the Blitzcrank as Kai Wing sets his sights on bot.
Flandre needs to be careful here because there's the lantern, there's the play. Flandre, he was looking for the prediction flag on the death sentence, but it's still enough. Kai Wing will take the kill.
AL.
A bunch of question mark pings coming out towards that top tower as well from CFO. So what seems like bloodletters here for Tarzan, so he's going to be really squishy. Will do a bunch of damage, but it'll be a little bit hard for him as Doggo is the one caught out, and he puts the spell shield, but still caught by the flame chompers. There's the shutdown for Hope.
Franked through the traps and locked up. The flash follow through comes from Tarzan. Big damage onto Shanks.
Shanks steals away the ultimate here, looking for the chase. Ginger in with the Cataclysm, and now Kyle's underneath that tower. Shanks tanking it as well, he'll fall. It's 2-0 so far as CFO try and continue to turn this fight around. The dive, disastrous! Hope almost falls, but he has the barrier just in time to survive through Honkyu's.
Doggo, thinking he can get a great trade onto Hope. Gets locked at the hit, the spell shield's the knock up.
That Rift Herald still pretty healthy, 6,000 now. Kyle still looking for that hook. There's the Nature's Grasp coming out from Tarzan as AL wants to take the fight. A couple of roots going down, but between worlds goes the Aurora. Rest able to dodge away the Lantern there as well for him. Shanks steals the Cataclysm. Riptail secured by CFO. A counter Cataclysm onto Tarzan. Not really the target you want. Doggo untouched so far. Almost eats a zap as Shanks dives back in. Flashes over the flag and Dragon's Hope. Flashes forward as well with CFO have managed to get 4 members out. Ginger almost takes down Hope, but gives the bounty across. And CFO will manage to get out with 4. AL will get their first tower of the game, but CFO have already secured a turret of their own.
The bait is coming through from Tarzan, so it looks like they're just going to concede this. Tower secured as well. A gamble as the Jinx rocket comes through to try and steal, but it's Rock of Ages now closing the experience gap. TP in mid lane is super dangerous.
It's Rest. He should be okay. As Shanks jumps in, and he's not okay at all. Has to flash across the wall. Shanks going to dive forward, and the Super Mega Death Rocket hits its man. I thought Cassante would be tankier as Shanks flashes in and looks for another. He'll get the double.
CFO, as you rightly highlighted, Medic, had just committed
Try to collapse. Shanks off vision on the control ward. As there's the Nature's Grasp, eaten up. Kaiwing Mikhails himself, but the hook still lands, but the Fame Trumpets is down. Honku trying to dive in, Shanks on the backline immediately, and Hope is on a killing spree. He finds one. Looking at Junja now as Doggo can't survive through Shanks. Rest goes all out, but Shanks goes golden as AL sends CFO to the morgue.
A flawless.
Have another look at this. Shanks off vision just gets that backline.
CFO are aware of it, but once this hook connects and the damage is dealt, CFO have to react. It's a good ultimate from Honkyu, but then when closer to the base of CFO, they'll need to turtle. They have a great champion for it. Hook connects.
Another hook onto Rest. Tries to Pathmaker out, but the Flame Chompers will stop his retreat. Flandre now gets the kill. And Rest is sent to the afterlife. For AL, they can just continue to push in, and this is the defensive positioning against a Blitzcrank is so darn hard, because again, he looks for the hook. Honkyu has to use the ultimate to buffer out of it. And now he's caught up in Shanks' Cataclysm, who continues to chase forward. The Nature's Grasp coming out, Junja the one locked up. The Lantern from Kaiwing won't be taken by anyone as AL force CFO away from their inhibitor. Shanks dives in once again with the abscond abduct, and Junja is just trying to get away, but he's slain. A King Slayer to take down Junja. And AL will take the mid inhib, will take the top inhib as they TP in and look for the end.
AL is looking to close things out. It was a hard-fought series. They were pushed to their limit. But AL see the Nexus.
Shanks dives in, goes between worlds. The Nexus towers fall. And CFO can only watch as AL rip them to shreds. The Oysters are shocked. The Pandas are eating good. AL claim the city.